In this tutorial in Cyberlink PowerDirector, we're going to look at how to make an expanding center text highlight your video as it begins. This comes as a request from someone on the Cyberlink forum, so I'd like to show you a little bit about how to do that. And in this particular situation, they wanted a graphic or video in each quadrant of the screen, so we're going to use a video. So let's take this first one of this Jeep and drag it and drop it down into track number 1. Now what I've done is I've turned my grid lines on. If yours are not on and you want to do this, you need to right click anywhere in the preview screen and then choose grid lines, and I set mine to 2 by 2. The default is none. So all you do is right click, grid lines, and then choose your size. 2 by 2 gives me 4 quadrants. That's all I need. So I'm going to take this first video and resize it to the lower left quadrant. Now if I was concerned about my safe zone, I would also resize the lower left part of this, but we won't worry about that in this tutorial. So let me take a second video, put it on track number 2. It will fill the screen. Likewise, we'll resize this. We'll put this in the upper right quadrant. Then we'll take our third video that we have here and we'll drag it over here. It will fill the screen again, and we'll make this go to the upper left. And we have one more left. We have this one we'll put on track number 4, and then we'll resize it and we'll play it on the lower right. So if I were simply to play this clip, all I need to do is click here and we have 4 movies playing at once. So what I'd like to do at this point in time is I need to put something in the center that I want to expand, and so let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with a circle. I'll take a red circle. I created this with a graphic with Photoshop Elements. You could use any graphic editor that you have handy. I can't do it within PowerDirector, but I made the circle. We'll drop that down onto track number 5. To control the expansion of the circle from the smallest size to the maximum size I desire, I need to edit the circle in my pip designer. To get into the editing, I can press the F2 key or just double-click on the graphic of the circle. That opens my pip designer. Now what I'm going to do is use some keyframes to control the size of the circle. A keyframe basically controls certain attributes of an object at a certain point in time. So I'll take my playhead and move it all the way to the left side. That's the beginning of where the circle appears. I'm going to click on the scale diamond in the second layer here. My scale value. Now my scale value right now is set to this size. I want it to start out smaller, so all I need to do is move into my object settings under scale and drag down these sliders. Now this will give me the starting scale. Maybe I want it to start at about this size. If I want to be more precise, I can change the numbers, or I can go use the up and down arrows. And I'll keep it in proportion. I'll keep this checked so it's a circle and doesn't change to an ellipse. So there's my circle. Let's say we want to start this size. The second decision I have with this is to figure out how large I want it to be maximum and when. Let's assume that we want to go about 10 seconds. I'll move my slider over, my playhead, to 10 seconds. And it looks like I don't want to go, 10 will work. At 10 seconds, let's assume the maximum size is going to be, well, I just have my playhead over here. All I have to do is move my slider to enlarge it. Let's say I never want it any bigger than that. So what it does, it sets a second keyframe at this moment in time. So between here and here, it expands to this size, and after here, it stays the same because it inherits that keyframe. So here it moves and shrinks. Let's play it. You can see it. And we see our circle slowly increasing up to this point in time, and then it stays the same for the duration of that clip. So that's a good feature. So we'll click on OK. That's working fine. The third thing we need to do if we want to introduce our particular video is add some text. So I'll go to the title room, click on my title, and drag it down to track number 6. Now, we're going to have to keyframe the my title as well because it's too large. So all I need to do is double click on it. That gets me into my title designer. And what I can do here is I can change it. I can start with just saying hello, and we can position it horizontally and vertically by clicking on the box down here that's align objects. We can align it horizontal center. We can also align it vertical center. But what I need to do before I align it is I need to resize it. So we'll make it small here, small as I can. Now we have object settings down here, and the minimum for text is 0.20 of the original size. Now our size is 48, so we actually could make this smaller and make it tinier yet for font size. I'm going to take this and I have to make it a little bigger so I can actually get an arrow here and move it. And then we'll make it this size. Well, let's make it smaller again, and we'll align it center, align it vertically, and now I have my little word hello inside my circle. Now that's good for now, but I want it to expand as the circle grows, so I need to keyframe it. I don't see any keyframes, but I do see the triangle. So what I'm going to do is right click on the triangle, and we'll click on scale. And so let's say we want to go this far, and we watch the circle grow. And so let's go ahead and make the hello grow. So at this moment in time, I'm going to change my object settings for my text. We'll increase it, and it expands with that particular feature. So now it's larger to this point in time. Click on OK. And so if we go ahead to play this, what we'll see is hello grows as the circle grows. Now, when we get out to this particular size, where I've basically done all I want to with hello, I want another text here. All I need to do is click on my hello area. I'll go Control-T to split it. And now at this point in time, I have a separate text area. I can double click on that, and that will actually change it. We'll replace the word hello in this moment in time with our website. And we'll center it. And we can change the size of this, put it in the center here. And now we're going to do another set here where we work with our growing circle. I'm going to right click on this keyframe and remove it. And we'll make it a little bit more larger here over in this moment in time. And now we'll expand this one as well. So we can keep replacing these texts with fresh text and fresh size, or I could keep it the same size and make it a little bit more. Let me see, we're going to go down a little bit. Okay, and click on OK. And so now we have two different texts. If we go back to the beginning here, there's hello, and then it changes to our website. And then I could put more text in, different text in, as many little chunks of text as I want in this particular track as we expand our definition of who we are and how we're introducing ourselves. So all you do is begin with one segment of text, expand it until you're done with it, and then add another one, another one, another one sequentially. We hope you find this helpful in using this unusual technique to introduce a website or a video in CyberLink PowerDirector.